Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Just saw a video that Robert Z posted, which was a video response to FilthyIcon321, his first contest. And I realized that I haven't done a response to it yet. And it actually ends, I guess it's after midnight now, so it actually ends officially today. So I thought, again, let me just take a few minutes here. I wanted to make sure I had a chance to jump in on his first contest, and because that's always the big one too. When you do your first one, you always like for that to be kind of a good one and have, a lot of people kind of jump on board. And I love your collection and everything, man. So I definitely had to be a part of your first contest here. So Robert Z, thanks for posting, making sure I didn't miss out on this. But you had two basic questions. I'll start with the second question first, because instead of kind of pulling out some of the albums for the first question, I'll probably just grab the camera and kind of walk around the room and show my answers to the first question. But the second question was basically kind of what brought you to music, how'd you get into music, kind of, just kind of how that whole thing started, so to speak. I can't really say there's like one really defining moment, if you will. Moment being like a segment in life or whatever. It's just, as far back as I remember, music is something that just had always fascinated me. My mother used to say that I was kind of the perfect baby because she could always put me in my playpen and just leave me there while she was doing stuff around me or whatever, and I wasn't one of those babies that would cry, and I had to have the attention, and I had to be held all the time and all of that. And she said one of my favorite things to do was if I got something like a pot or something like that where I could just kind of bang and do my thing, that was something that just kept me entertained for quite some time. So so she tells me as far back as I can remember, I was playing the drums before I even knew what music was. As far as some of my earliest memories, period, music, most of my early memories, let's put it this way, some way, shape, or form, music is connected to the earliest memories that I have. And again, that kind of puts me back towards that kindergarten type time frame. And I remember stuff like when I lived in North Carolina, a few of the memories I have from that, because I was so young at the time. I remember a guitar that my parents bought me. Don't really recall playing it, but I remember the guitar itself. I remember a friend of mine that lived down the street that had Kiss dolls. Again, before I even knew what Kiss was or knew their music or anything. I remember going to a pool house one time, and they had like this dance floor at the pool house, but it was closed, so no one was there. And my dad went inside to buy me like one of those big pickles that sit in the jar. And I remember You Can Ring My Bell playing inside of there. Out of all the things from that day, remembering that song playing inside that pool hall, as far as going to stores and stuff like that, one of the few times, one of the only memories I have of going to a store was going to a mall with my sister and I in the back seat, my mom and dad in the front seat, and Blondie's Heart of Glass playing on the radio, and just how that song just was just like, oh my, something was happening, but I have no idea what it was. And again, we're talking 4 years old, 5 years old, and I remember Heart of Glass just, it's like, oh my God, that's so cool. Every other girl in the world has cooties, but Blondie is cool. It's like that whole bit. And I just remember all these little segments and flashes of my earliest memories. So I don't know. I guess just right off the bat, just something about the way I was wired. I was just automatically wired and tailored to music. The vibrations of sound waves just automatically did something to me with the way that I developed as a molecule. I mean? That kind of sounds corny, but really. So I can't remember a time when music was not the most impactful thing in my life. From my earliest memories to about 20 minutes ago, and kind of everything in between. So that's kind of how the whole music thing came just came about for me. It's in my DNA, and I don't say that again to be like cliche. I mean literally, some way, shape, or form, it is in my DNA, where those vibrations just have always done something for me and done something to me. So that's the answer to the second part. So the first part was to kind of show and share some of your favorite reissues, concerning how a lot of times they tend to catch a lot of flack. I'm one of those type of people too that when it comes to reissues, I'm not one that bashes them whatsoever. I like having good records, good condition, stuff like to play and listen to and so forth, but I really tend to get very reissue or original pressing with very specific records. There's some records where I have to have the original issue. There's other records where I'd rather have the reissue. It just totally depends, and I don't even necessarily know in all cases why. But I'm just going to kind of take my camera around and show you, really kind of in general, just some of the reissues that I really, really like. That just, when you mentioned that question, these just automatically popped in my head. So let me grab the camera here. And the first ones here we'll go over to is the, actually let me swing this light over here. There we go. Would be Pantera. These reissues that came out a little while ago. Now the Cowboys from Hell here is an original pressing, as well as the Far Beyond Driven is also an original pressing. But these Rhino vinyls, like the Vulgar, that's a repress. And again, they're just very good 180 gram vinyl. I think they sound really good. Again, when you start going into that 1990s period when they were pressing vinyl, it seems like that was that one time period where they started getting very skimpy on using the thinner vinyl, not really putting a lot of weight and substance to the covers and stuff like that. And you can even really sense that, as good as this original pressing of Cowboys from Hell sounds, I mean, it was just like not much to it. So some of these reissues, like especially the Pantera, nice heavyweight vinyl, 180 gram, they sound great. And so I really liked when they came out with these reissues. So I'd say the Vulgar there, the Walk, Great Southern Tread Kills, another great reissue on the Rhino vinyl, 180 gram. And then also, this one here was another great reissue. So Pantera is definitely one. The other one that came to mind are the Slayer reissues, being the new reissues that just started coming out the last, I don't know if it's just a couple months or whatever, such as the Season of Abyss, which I just got. Again, 180 gram vinyl, nice weight, well pressed, sounds great. So I'm really digging the Slayer reissues, as well as the ones that came out of the box set, which, like this Divine Intervention was one of the ones that came out of that Slayer box set, which were also very good pressings. I think sounded good heavyweight vinyl. This South of Heaven also came out of one of the box sets too. And then most of the rest of my Slayer collection is original pressings, I believe. But yeah, that's DeBog's original press. Well, here's another one of the new 180 gram represses with the God Hates Us All. So I think those are great. And just kind of in general, most metal albums repressed, I really tend to like them. Maybe with the exception of Iron Maiden, that's probably the one group why I don't like the represses as much, just because they always do the picture disc and all that stuff. But just in general, most metal represses I'm usually totally up for. Now the next set of represses that I would say I really like, I have to go over here to this section, which would be within my jazz section. And quite frankly, it's just a lot of the Blue Note reissues. Like over here, which is my Hank Mobley collection, almost everything in my Hank Mobley collection is a Blue Note. What did I say a minute ago? Did I say Blue Note? I think I said something else. Oh well. most of all my Hank Mobley, these Blue Note pressings are all reissues, and I think again they're great. They sound great. They are in a lot of cases a 10th, if not a 20th or 30th, a cost of what the original pressings cost, and they're just very nice pieces for people that just want to hear good, clean jazz on a turntable. But all those are reissues. But I love the Blue Note reissues. I think those are great, especially when you're able to get into those for sometimes anywhere from $9 to $12 for a brand new pressing. And again, jazz enthusiasts and all the insanes out there will swear by paying $300 a piece for original deep groove pressings, but I don't know. I think those are great. So again, kind of going with that jazz. This is more Atlantic here, but still, my entire Ornette Coleman collection is all represses as well, and these 180 gram Atlantic represses, I mean, they sound, I think, very good. I absolutely love my Ornette Coleman collection as well. And then, you go into Dolphy and everyone else. I mean, just basically kind of a lot of the jazz, especially the Blue Notes that they've been repressing, I think are great. So I have no complaints about those at all. So anyway, there you go, man. Like I said, just kind of a quick reply. Go back over here really quick. There we go. Yes, like I said, just kind of a quick reply to your contest. Again, congratulations on getting your first contest out there. And as always, let me know what you think. All right, take care, man.